I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for. I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for. I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for. I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for.
What it do, Dragon Ball Art family? It's your boy, Dragon Ball Art 92, and I'm back with another BAM reaction video. And today we're gonna be doing the Ultra Vegito reaction again. Today we're gonna be doing a reaction video to Ultra Vegito kills Sidra, God of Universe 9. But before we get to the content today, you guys, make sure you hit that like button for your boy, man, so that way we can trigger YouTube algorithm. Also, if you're new here, we thank you for coming by and enjoying content with us today. If you're a Dragon Ball fan, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can be updated whenever I drop a video. Now that we got all that good stuff out the way, let's get to the content. You dig?
So our story continues as we return to Sidra and Mojito floating in the vast depths of space outside of a planet they had recently destroyed. The pair have just looked down, realizing that they have both been stabbed through the chest by an unknown attacker's energy blade. Sidra can only cough out a mouthful of blood and looks down to the glowing keyblade protruding out of the fresh hole in their chest, muttering, Mojito! How is this possible? Mojito, meanwhile, tries to remain as calm as he can, despite being in a fairly overwhelming amount of pain. Body, but just like us, he knows who is in attack and tries best not to alarm his lord as he replies, Lord Sidra, I'm afraid your plan may not have been as successful as you first thought. Look behind me. It cannot be! But as Sidra does look behind him.
So to give a little backstory because we haven't did an Ultra Vegeta reaction in a minute. So to kind of give a little backstory on what's going on right now, Sidra tried to Hakai Ultra Vegito on the planet where the trio of danger lived and all their people on whatever planet they came from. So what Sidra did was he sat outside of the planet like a coward and he Hakai'd the planet, which basically Hakai'd everything that was on the planet, including Ultra Vegito. But we already know Ultra Vegito know how to get past that Hakai. So once he got past that Hakai, bruh, he took his revenge. And that's where we are right now. Let's get back to it.
His face is instantly left shocked as he stares into the now cold and angry eyes of none other than Ultra Vegito. More damage than usual and a puddle of fresh blood on his face as Sidra then yells out in a mixture of fear and anger, No! 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 You... How could you survive a planetary level Hakai? There's no way you could have known until it was too late! But Vegito, who floats a short while away in the inky void of space, just stands tall, silent, emotionless, and looking down at the next god to meet his Godslayer blade, reeling in the idea of watching Sidra squirm and panic without a hint of remorse in his face. He disregards the god's questions and grumbles. Sidra, you dirty, disgusting, fat rat! How could you? How could you destroy your own men? Your own people? Of your own universe?
Hey, Vegito's insult is top tier, bro. He be roasting these guys before he kill them, bro. Like he a menace to the gods, bro. The way that he do him, he's really emotional about what happened to him, because the way that he's killing them, you can tell that it's very, very, very personal. Let's get back to it.
For what? For what, Sidra? Do you not value the lives of us mortals at all? Do you truly see yourself that far above us, you monsters? For your sins, you will die by my hand, Sidra! As instantly feelings of anger rush over the Saiyan, his face twisting into one of complete outrage. The God Killer tries his best to contain the raw power brought on by his pain and rage, but as his veins bulge out, a crackling, surging lightning aura continues to shoot out from his body. Meanwhile, listening in paralysis, Sidra and Mojito are shown still unable to move, impaled like meat on a kebab, still by Vegito as both.
Yeah, I have a question about that, right? Like, does he have some type of paralyzed technique in his God Slayer blade? Because most of the time, people will be able to move. Like when Vegito was fighting Boo and he hit him with that blade, but Boo was able to move around and get himself out of the blade, even though it was painful. So I'm wondering, either they can't like do the same, like move around or anything like that, or well, Boo was made of some type of interesting goo or something like that. So I see why he can move around, and maybe they can't because it'll end their life. I don't know. But it was a question because they can't move, they can't really turn and stuff like that. It's like, are y'all paralyzed? I don't know. Let's get back to it.
Both only look on at what they're seeing in total shock. It's not long before Sidra realizes just how high Vegeta's power level is skyrocketing and how dangerous it's becoming, commenting, His power! Mojito, this energy isn't normal. He's unstable. We need to get out of here now! But despite this, Mojito's face suddenly changes to one that is cold and derelict. A serious look on his mug, as now tired of this situation, he responds, No, my lord. We will not run from this demon. You are the mighty god of destruction of Universe 9, and I am your sworn angel, a child of the Grand Priest himself. This Vegito is nothing in comparison to us, and I, for one, will not allow this to go on any further. As instantly, Mojito then slashes his arm across behind his god of destruction, erasing the energy blade of Vegito completely and with ease, which even surprises Sidra in the process, who mutters, Vegito? But soon, with the angel and god now free, their eyes soon then
he should have did that from the beginning, bro, instead of just sitting there on the blade, bro. Like they can't move or something, bro. That's what I was saying, bro. Like, bro, that ain't even make no sense. The angel just sitting back, like, bro, if you could have did that, bro, why you allowing Ultra Vegito just to do that to y'all, bro? What, you want holes in your body? This is what I'm thinking, like, bro, what's going on here? Let's get back to it.
Focus in on their attacker, both Mojito and Sidra's eyes staring ominously and deeply at Vegito's, with Ultra Vegito's gaze seemingly penetrating their very souls. As the deities remain deathly silent, Vegito breaks the silence, letting out, Have I got something on my face by chance? I guess you damn gods were never taught to not stare. Might lose your eyes because Vegito's threats the Lord Sidra. Listen to me. Only together will we have a chance to stop him. Though it may seem as though we are on the back foot, in reality, whatever he did to escape that planetary Hakai has severely damaged him. Despite the theatrics, he's more than likely far weaker than he was before.
Them boys about to get them hands for dinner. They don't know what they're getting into. Ultra Vegito is about to put these boys down quick. They better fuse or something. I'm talking about working together. That numbers things ain't gonna work on Vegito, bro. Like I said, bro, he gonna give them fists for dinner.
4. This is our chance, my lord. Already 2 steps ahead of you, Mojito. As Sidra, instantly on hearing this, powers up to his full power, losing his pupils in the process as he becomes covered in a ferocious, destructive aura. While Mojito, in response, solemnly closes his eyes in respect, responding, "Of course, my lord. I should have known in all your divine wisdom, you would know exactly what I was thinking." And just like that, we are then treated to watching the god and angel side by side. One in his final Hakaishin form, while the other is coated in the divine aura of mastered Ultra Instinct. Usually, even one of these fighters would be enough to stop anyone, but for Ultra Vegito, this was merely only evening the playing field. The innocence! But meanwhile, it seems Ultra Vegito has been overwhelmed suddenly by the destruction of...
Bruh, even though Ultra Vegito is a beast, a menace to the gods, he has a heart for the innocents, bro. And that's what makes the storyline more intriguing, because throughout all his chaotic movements, he has a legit reason for doing it. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes even doing stuff like that can corrupt the mind. So I wonder what Vegito is going through at this moment. Is his mind being corrupted from all this fighting the angels and killing and going about things in this way? Is this the only way that Ultra Vegito could have got his goals manifested? I'm just curious, you know what I'm saying? Let's get back to it.
The planet he was just on, seemingly hitting a little too close to home and reminding him of when Earth was erased, as he grabs his head with one hand and mutters, "Go on, Krillin! Pan!" As now, in a full-on breakdown and mental crisis, Vegito has no choice but to bend his head down and grab it with both arms, as if trying to trap something within from bursting out. As he lets go of his staff and covers his vision, he screams angrily, Why? Why do you gods treat us as so disposable? What did we ever do to you? You'll pay for this, I promise!" But while Vegito continues to struggle with his thoughts, Sidra and Mojito soon surround Vegito, with Sidra appearing on his left and Mojito on his right. And knowing the opportunity that has just arisen, the God of Destruction yells out with urgency, "Mojito, look! Something has caused the God Killer to lose his mind! He's vulnerable. This is our chance! Attack now!" Which Mojito nods, confirming he is ready to move on his god's command, by responding, "I understand, my lord. We end this now."
And to be honest, it's a smart tactic to go after the enemy while he off balance. But let's see how Ultra Vegito actually reacts to this situation. He always seems to find a way to slither his way out of an L. Oh, let's get back to it.
As both Sidra and Mojito then rush in separately from either side of Ultra Vegito, at full force, certain that with Vegito preoccupied with his mental instability, they would be able to pull off the defeat of the God Killer finally. Or so they thought, until a downright demonic-like smirk appears on the face of Ultra Vegito as he laughs under his breath, just staring in the direction of Sidra, secretly as if ready to pull off the ultimate Uno reverse card. Get real, you fools! Ah! As instantly, in a shock twist, Vegito shoots out with a smile two ridiculously fast-moving beams of light, ones which seem eerily familiar to an attack he used not too long ago. As he says with a smirk, "Seems all that intelligence couldn't do much to see through my Oscar-winning acting, huh? No! No!" As now, in a callback to what happened with the daughters of Heliz, Mojito and Sidra are both grabbed by their throats by the energy beam itself, clutching the life out of them tightly with no hope for escape. "Lord Sidra, what is this? Why can we not remove these?" Leaving even the angel Mojito to be left squirming and struggling, trying to remove the seemingly impenetrable choking device around his neck. While a panicking and enraged Sidra just responds, "Vegito, you sick demon! Get this off of us at once and fight us like a man!" "What did you just say?" Which immediately causes Ultra Vegito to laugh hysterically at the preposterous statement, replying, "Oh, old man, you must be going senile. Did you really just tell me to fight like a man? What part of attacking me 2-on-1 while I faked a mental breakdown was manly, my dear friend? You really are fools. It never ceases to amaze me just how pathetically simple-minded you gods are, considering the many years you've been alive. I guess you must have feared my powers so greatly that even the slightest chance to attack me made you abandon all sense of reason and throw caution to the wind. You should have never expected me to ever let my guard down. And now for that crime, you pay with your lives."
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Vegito is a genius. He came up with that plan on the spot, bro. Pulled off the whole acting moment to lure them in just so he can catch them slipping and grab them with his energy, though. And then lecture them. Let him know how stupid he is. I told you, bro. Vegito's roasting is top tier, bro. Like, real talk, bro. But it's interesting because Sidra and his angel tried to attack Vegito in the most cowardly way. For one, for trying to erase him from the outside of a planet by erasing the whole planet to try to get rid of him because they didn't want to fight him. They knew they couldn't beat him that way. So they tried to do it from a distance, which is cowardly. Then when that didn't work, they tried to catch him when he was having the so-called mental breakdown. That boy Vegito really is a good actor, bruh. Really, because they took that right away. Even though I did think that was clever, that was a smart move, but he really pulled that off real well, bro, because I even thought he was being honest, like he really was having a mental breakdown. Boy, let's get back to it.
Immediately after, Vegito then glares behind at Mojito like an old chum, who still looks surprised the God Killer could have grabbed him even in his heightened instinct state at all. As Vegito comments, "And you, an angel, using Ultra Instinct no less. It looks like your instincts have completely failed you this time. They should have been telling you to run away, if anything. I guess the Grand Priest must have had all his kids with many different women, because you angels are certainly not all built the same. Whis would have never fell for such an obvious attack. How pathetic. I'll be doing the priest a favor by destroying you here and now, Mojito. Wait, Vegito! Spare me! But suddenly, Sidra, who can barely keep his eyes open at this point due to the blood loss and lack of oxygen, starts to try and appeal to Vegito, all the while still struggling with their energy hand around his throat. saying, Please, don't do this. You don't have to. Everything you've done, it can be forgotten. I can help. I can make this right, Vegito. But in response, Vegito just looks at him coldly. There's no sign of what we'd recognize as Goku or Vegeta in his face anymore, as only hatred and contempt remains. Responding more to humor him than seriously, Vegito questions, Oh, I see. So you can help, can you? What good is the help of my family's killers, Sidra? The very ones who erased them. You can bring them back? Is that what you're saying? Because if your answer is no, then the only way you can help me is by dying, along with the rest of your blasted divine realm.
Yeah, that's hilarious, bro. You ain't no take backs when you kill somebody's family. How you go ask for forgiveness and for mercy, but you didn't give the people that he cared about mercy? Not even at all, bro. Like they was all savages about it. Now they want to run, duck, and hide, or tuck their tail under their legs and beg for their life. Come on, bro. I think he the only one that actually is begging for his life. I don't remember any of the other gods of destruction that Vegito destroyed doing that. But let's get back to it.
In just as horrific fashion as my family had to. I won't rest until the gods, angels, the Grand Priest, and Zeno are all dead. Do you hear me? Dead! Sidra, hearing the conviction and anger in Vegito's face, begins sweating, knowing his time has probably almost ran out if he can't convince Vegito with his last play. Saying back, No, you know that I just cannot undo that mistake. But Vegito, if it is truly vengeance you desire on all the gods, I can help. I know things. I am the oldest of the gods of destruction after all. I know all of their strengths, and I know all of their weaknesses. I even know the weakness of the Grand Priest. I'll be happy to share it all, if you just spare me and let me go, Vegito. Just me. That's all I ask.
How did this weakling become a god of destruction, bro? How is he the oldest one, bro, and probably weaker than them all, bro? Like, that's out of pocket, bro. Like, who's picking these gods of destruction, bro? Who's doing the picking? Because, like I said in one of my old videos, bro, his pick radar is off. Because, bro, he's garbage, bro. Trash. He's trash.
And for a moment, Vegito actually appears nearly convinced. Neither he nor us could have imagined such a lucrative deal. The almost guarantee of defeating not only every god, but the Grand Priest too. All in exchange for the life of an old man. Vegito in response then lets out, The weakness of the Grand Priest, you say? You know the secret to beat all the gods too? What about Zeno? Is that included in the deal? To which you're now almost surprised at himself that this is working, Sidra quickly responds. Yes, of course! I'll be honest, the weakness for Zeno is far harder to exploit than the one for the Grand Priest. But there is one. I can confirm that at least. I can give you all the information you desire to ensure your victory. You have my word. Just give me yours that you will spare my life in return. Having heard the full plea, Vegito looks at the ground for a moment, but says nothing. This deal is actually promising, and both Vegito and us as an audience know it. Near enough Vegito's entire goal could be accomplished.
Nah, bro. Sidra is manipulating right now, bro. He ain't got that information, bruh.
Power off.
He do not know how to defeat the Grand Priest nor Zeno, bruh. If that was the case, he wouldn't be as weak as he get out of here with the bull, bro. I'm pretty sure Ultra Vegito go pick up on that too, because that's just stupidity, bro. He ain't got that type of information. Nah, bro, I don't believe that.
Just what will his reply be as he begins? Fine. My answer is... die! As Vegito instantly looks up with a maniacal smile, completely bamboozling Lord Sidra once again. He was never even considering his plea at all, but merely just enjoying the slight glimmer of hope he gave the god before crushing it in front of him. And ironically, following this, Vegito raises his arm ominously before instantly clutching his fingers down into a fist, as if crushing something else in his hand. No, Vegito! Don't do this! Please! But
bro, that was savage, bro. Made his head explode, bruh. By squeezing his energy around his neck so hard, all the head organs came out. Bruh, insane, bro. Insanity, bro. That's why I say Ultra Vegito is a menace to the gods, bro. The real god killer.
Despite Sidra's last-ditch effort and attempt to save his own skin, his neck is immediately crushed. And ultimately then left decapitated in an even more brutal fashion than what happened with Liquor, as crimson red blood pours out of his jugular veins as if never ending. Meanwhile, his angel, who has remained quiet all this time as he watched as his god begged for his own life, remains shaking in fear, only able to mutter, Lord Sidra, no! But Vegito, completely unmerciless in the face of the sorrow and sadness the angel feels, just callously turns around with a nothing short of evil smirk and says, "Quit whining, angel. It's your turn next." But that was it for today's video, guys. And if you made it this far, leave me out.
That was a good episode.
Outside of a planet.
That was a good episode, you guys. Yes. And what did we learn from this episode today, you guys? Not to fall for Ultra Vegito's tactics or his acting, because honestly, bro, he's a good actor. But Ultra Vegito is really on a mission, and he's going to get his goals completed if he keeps going about it in this way. Unfortunately, I don't know what's really going to happen to him mentally and to his heart, if he's still going to be the same, if he's still going to have that Goku and Vegeta essence. You know, we're going to figure it out, bro. But I don't know if he's going to be able to hang with the Grand Priest, though, because the Grand Priest is insanely strong. But we go see when he get there. But that's it for the video today, you guys. I want to thank you again for coming by and enjoying content with us today. Make sure you always work to learn and work through the hard times. Working through the hard times is actually what gets you to the goal. It's not working while everything is good. It's working when things are extremely hard and you can focus. The main thing is focus, laser focus on whatever you're doing to get through it. You feel me? And like I always say, believe in yourself, because ain't nobody else gonna do it, bro. Dragon Ball Art 92. I'm out, y'all. Peace.
I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for. I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for. I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for. I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for.